Using external assets in AI can greatly improve your patching and give you more control over the creative process. So what do I mean by external assets in AI? Okay, so let's take a look at the import menu. So right click, insert module, and down here we've got an import section. Now we can see the menu has quite a varying selection of objects in there. We've got 3D models, we've got vector art, vector fonts, we've got things like live audio inputs, so that's audio reactivity modules, live video inputs, so that could be a camera input. We have different media bins, media players for playing back single or multiple media clips within a patch. We can even reference them directly from folders, or we can even take textures from other areas within the AI system, which can be quite useful if you're running patches live in AI. Now, as well as being able to just select these, so we can, for instance, select a module and place it like so, it is possible to actually just drag things into the salvation environment, and the salvation environment will actually put the type of asset in the correct wrapper for that type. So just to show you actually what I mean, I'm going to go to my browser. So within my browser, we've got a few bits here, so let's have a look at what we've got. If we go into the media section, so I have got a still image there. So if we drag in a still image, we can see that puts it in a texture box because it's a flat two-dimensional texture. If we bring in, it's a blank movie, but it's a movie. If we bring in a movie, it will put it into a media player. And it's worth noting that this type of media player will still receive hardware acceleration for your AIM and DXV format video clips. If I bring in, let's say, a live input, I think I have to do that from here. In fact, if I bring in a camera input, that would come in as well. 3D models, that's another useful one. So if I go to my models section, I'm just going to grab one of my models here, bring it in, and you'll see it loads it as a model module. So it's quite intelligent there. Now, as I mentioned, there's a couple of other variations there. Now, as I've dragged this texture in, if I hold my mouse over the port, we should see the texture, like so. The movie I dragged in was actually a blank movie, so we're not going to see anything on there. The model has no texture applied yet, so we're not going to see anything there. Let's look at another of the couple of modules. So if we go back down to the import section, so we had live video. So that will allow us to choose from any cameras on our system. So if I click that one, I go to enable, and then hopefully we should see, there I am. So the camera works quite nice and simply like that. And the live audio module, as you can see, it's set up for listening to specific inputs. We can specify amplitudes, frequencies, stuff like that. Again, we'll have a special tutorial on audio because that's a really big section in itself. But the key thing here is that it's really easy to bring things into AI. You can just drag and drop your files in, and they'll put them in the correct module, or you can access them through the import menu. Another useful one to know there, actually, if you're making your own patches and you're using a lot of video, on the import section there is a media bin. So the media bin is basically, it has a lot of spaces for videos. So if I bring that in my browser again, let's find some content. I think if I go to my Gobos section, I might be able to drop some of those in there. We'll find out. No, I can't. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I can grab a few of those, throw them in there, like so. Like so. There you go. So we actually see those pieces of media, and whichever one I select is the one that we'll see at the output. Okay. So the media bin also, like the media player, will receive hardware acceleration for your AIM and DXV movies.